Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Assassin's Creed Shadows has dropped its year 1 post-launch roadmap, taking us from early May to the beginning of June. And I want to clarify that before we get started. This is not everything. This is only the content dropping in the next 2 months. There is so much more on the horizon after the close of Awaji, and who knows, we may still be getting that second expansion. But let's go into everything we have here today. First of all, they're starting off small. In early May, we are getting a new storyline with the Jesuit that Yasuke was friends with in the main story, the one that took pity on him and informed him of the Templar and assassin struggle in Rome. This guy, along with being a historical figure with his own stories to tell, in universe, this is a character with a lot of knowledge about the Assassin-Templar conflict, which could lead to some interesting new story revelations, or even some details shedding a light on what happened after the events of Brotherhood, which would be incredible. We may even get new details on Aguilar's Brotherhood in Spain. The possibilities here are very exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing how fleshing out the characters of AC Shadows pays off in the long term. Aside from some updates to the Codex and some quality of life improvements, that's all you can expect in possibly the first couple of weeks of May. All entirely for free. Fantastic stuff. In late May, we're getting a special collaboration. Who's that with? I have no idea. I don't know if that means a collaboration with another Assassin's Creed game, or my money is that it's gonna be a brand collaboration with another brand. It's gonna be like some, I don't know, an outfit pack for Oblivion, I don't know, a Bethesda crossover or something silly like that. Either another video game, or it's going to be like a Red Bull sort of collaboration, or some sort of energy drink, some food, some Yasuke themed, I don't know, ice pops, I don't know what they're going to do. So that's going to be a collaboration. Obviously that's probably going to try and ride the coattails of games like Overwatch. Overwatch went in with good intentions. It had the plan of making story-based content, and they never managed to get that out, but their brand collaborations did so well that now Overwatch sacked all of their story development team, and they're putting all of their money into these high-quality cinematics in order to sell these brand collaborations, these cosmetics for the characters. And that could be the trend that we see going forward. We saw massive success with Fortnite having that as well. It looks like Assassin's Creed Shadows may be doing something similar. We saw hints of this in Valhalla with Monster Hunter and Destiny 2. Maybe Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be collaborating with some other video game franchises as well. Or it could be collaborations with real-world food or drink brands, you know, something like that. But the fact that they're calling it a special collaboration makes me think that it's going to be another video game franchise, and that's something very exciting. Obviously, that's going to be paid, so whether you buy it or not is going to depend on your excitement. But that doesn't matter, because at the end of May, we're getting the Parkour update. We're getting an actual update to the free running and parkour in Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is absolutely incredible, because I was so convinced that this was never going to happen. I thought the way that Mirage handled it was really good. They did a very good update to Mirage, which saved that game's parkour and made the world so much better to traverse. But I thought, because it was from a smaller studio, like a support studio to bigger games, I didn't think that the larger studios would listen. I didn't think they'd have the capability of getting the feedback sort of resolved quickly enough in the game's life cycle. But lo and behold, Ubisoft are listening, or at least Ubisoft Quebec are listening. They're hearing the fans. I have no doubt that they have been watching the parkour YouTubers. They've been listening to the feedback, and we're getting some very much needed features. You can tell already, by the way, that they have watched the YouTubers' videos because of the terminology they use. They are adding height gaining back ejects and height gaining side ejects. There's a lot to break down there. First of all, just by saying height gaining, they are acknowledging one of the major problems with Shadows' parkour system, which is that at all times it is forcing you to the ground. Whatever move you do is sending you downwards. Eventually, you're going to hit the ground. That's what Shadows wants to do, and I think that is because of the way stealth is implemented. They want stealth to be as optimized as possible. So if you're up on a rooftop and you're doing stealth, the first thing you're going to want to do is get onto the ground level. For things like bushes or assassinating guards, you're naturally going to be going downwards throughout your playstyle. So this is a obstruction, an almost inverse of that philosophy, but it's one that makes the parkour that much better. This is exactly what people have been looking for. Height gaining back ejects give back ejects a purpose. They're not just there to look fancy, even though they look great. In past Assassin's Creed games, the purpose of them was to keep the momentum of your run going. The back eject gains height, so you can stay up on the top of those rooftops, which is where the extra traversal mechanics are. They're not on the ground, they're on the rooftops, and that is exactly what this does. They've also added side ejects as well. Fantastic stuff. I really hope they've also changed not just the animations, but like the feedback, or like the way that side ejects respond when you input them, because I've had a lot of times where I've been trying to side eject in Shadows and it's just not worked, or now it will just like very slowly hop across, like in Origins I believe it is, like you hop across instead of side ejecting. I really hope that they've took the time to remove that, or at least create some more input so you can choose what you want to do. That would be great. They've also added a new move. A lot of the buildings in Assassin's Creed Shadows are very low down, but what they resemble is market stalls. A lot of the time they have roofs coming out over your actual location, so you can't just run up a building in this game. A lot of the time you're going to be going like up the side of it, or you're going to be going around the side of the building to get to the top because of the way it's structured. They are adding a new vertical ledge jump, so you can manually jump up immediately. Is this a manual jump that you can execute maybe outside of this specific context? Because if they added a manual jump to Shadows, we're in business. Like, we're back. We're back. We're so back. Because that would be absolutely incredible. I really hope it's coming down the line. Maybe this is just a test. Maybe they're just adding a couple of little bits in. If they work, they're going to massively expand it and keep giving us those parkour updates that we need. And it's up to us to feed back to them. So that's a great thing coming. They're also adding stuff to the photo mode. Who cares? In June, we can expect a new free quest with an ally for your Shinobi League. Now, that is exciting. A brand new character for your Shinobi League. A new storyline. If it was like an assassin, like a Spanish assassin or something, that would be really cool. You know, a proper traditional assassin and not just a fanboy. That would be really good. Or maybe a Templar turned Shinobi. Like, I don't know. The possibilities there are really cool. So I'm excited to see what they go with. They're also making the game more difficult. They're going to be adding new gameplay and difficulty settings to make the stealth and combat tailored to your playstyle. If you think the game's too easy, they're going to make it more difficult. And I do appreciate that as somebody who, well, keeps it on easy. There's a couple of other bits as well, like the open world alarm system. I'm not like entirely sure what that's about. Maybe it's bringing back more of the traditional notoriety system instead of the wanted levels. I don't know. Not too bothered about that. Headgear in cutscenes. This is a big one. Like, this is a massive one. I'm so happy that this is happening. Half of the sort of appeal of being an assassin is looking mysterious and enigmatic when, you know, you're hiding your identity with the hood. That's the whole point of it. And yes, that may get in the way of the motion capture performance, but at the end of the day, it's Assassin's Creed. I want to look like an assassin when I'm talking to people. So bringing back headgear in the cutscenes is a fantastic development. I'm so happy that we're getting that. That's going to look really good, especially for Naoya, like with the shadows on her face. I think it's going to add this level of aura that I think she's been missing in her performance. And then, so these are the things that are set in stone. We know when these are going to happen, but there is more to come that just doesn't have a release date, okay? New Game Plus. New Game Plus will be interesting. Personally, I've never really been like a New Game Plus kind of person. I did do the New Game Plus for Origins. I'm halfway through Mirages. I do like getting like extra rewards for playing the game. That's nice, like exclusive rewards for your second playthrough, but it does sort of feel like a bit of a drag. So I hope that by increasing the difficulty, they make New Game Plus a bit more entertaining. That would be really cool. But, you know, more content is good, and if it's an easy way of getting more hours out of people in the game, go for it. Good idea. We also know we're going to be getting more stories, and who knows, if we feed back that we want traditional assassins, maybe there's a chance that we get a new storyline with some traditional assassins. That would be really cool. But we know there's more on the way. That's fantastic. You know, free story updates. If your story is bad, Assassin's Creed Shadows, you want to pad it out. You want to try and bring it back up. You know, try and make some effort to flesh out some of the characters like they are with the Jesuits. That's a great idea. That's a good start. Let's get a Hattori Hanzo storyline, please. Let's get a full side quest with this guy. Let's not just... Even if they need the Claws of Awaji to come out first, like, I need this. I need Hattori Hanzo content, okay? You made him a really bad character. Let's make some effort to fix that. And on the smaller side of things, we know we're also getting, like, some new, possibly, like, the free battle pass that's in the Animus, which I explored when the game first dropped. I did a video talking through my thoughts on the Animus hub. Totally harmless. I've finished the first battle pass now, and it was great fun, you know, honestly. It was a good incentive to keep coming back every week. It's really funny we mentioned that, because I've got it written on my desk. I need to do the weekly challenges tonight. So I'm going to go and do that, because I have 1 day left to do the challenges. So, couple of fun challenges. You get some free rewards. They're free. They're unique designs, you know, they're pretty cool looking. Nice idea. Could be elaborated on. I like the idea that they're doing more of them. That's very exciting. I was really worried that they were just going to do one and be done with it. Like, here's the free battle pass at launch and that's it. But no. It's still going to be free, I think, by the looks of it. Fingers crossed, still going to be free. And it's going to be brand new content to keep players in the game, which is a great idea. And obviously, there's going to be more stuff coming to the store. We're going to be getting some new packs. They're probably going to leak probably in the next month or so. So we might get an early look at those, see if they're worth buying. I'm still waiting for some outfits to be available on the exchange so I can get them for free using my keys. I've not actually spent any keys because I'm like waiting for the good stuff to come out. You know, if you could just make Naoya's Keon, you know, the fiery outfit, if they could just make that the weekly free item, really appreciate that, because they've just done Yasuke's, and I'm like, I don't want Yasuke's, I want Naoya's. This will lead us up to the Claws of Awaji, the big epilogue to Assassin's Creed Shadows. Maybe the game will actually get an ending. That would be fantastic. But we don't know any further details on that yet. It's still, they're shrouding it in mystery, so potentially at the end of June, I'm expecting another update where we get more details on the Claws of Awaji, maybe a release date. I'm expecting maybe a July release date would be nice, you know? I mean, that is quite detached. That's about 3 or 4 months after the game's come out, so maybe they're testing the waters with this roadmap to see if players come back or if they need to, like, accelerate the DLC. Like, let's release this now because people aren't playing the game. Or maybe they think, oh, everybody's playing it. We can, you know, pull back a bit, release it a little bit down the line because people are enjoying these smaller updates. That's something that's going to be totally dynamic. We can't predict that. We're just going to have to see what happens. But I'm very happy that Assassin's Creed Shadows is getting the attention it deserves, honestly. I'm very happy with the amount of attention they're giving it. They're not just moving on. The post-launch is good. The year 1 makes me very hopeful. We may get a year 2. They may fully support this game to the level that they did Valhalla. I mean, the player base should give them an indication that this game has done very well, and it's one that people don't want to give up too soon. I mean, I've kind of done everything that I need to in the game at the minute. Like, if I was going to play it, it is just to do some side quests and roam around and just have something to play. But having incentive to come back would be really good. And I love it. I want more content. I want more content in the game. So that is everything in this roadmap. What do you think? Is this going to bring you back to the game? Have you already given up on it? Are you thinking of buying it now that you've seen what's going to come to the game? Like, this is not dead. This is going to be a live service game. What do you think? Let me know down below. If you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. And also stay tuned, because this weekend I am dropping the Origins outfits video. It's coming out. It's done. I'm sending it out into the world. It's a very long video. It's over an hour long. It's a very big video, and I hope that you enjoy it because I've put a lot of time into this. But that's everything, I believe, so I will see you in the next video.